everyone, I'm Claire, and for my final project, I did two games. So my first game is rock, paper, scissors, so I won't waste much time on it because I know most of you guys know what rock, paper, scissors is. So let's actually run the code. So for our code, I imported the random module, and then I made three variables, rock, paper, and scissors, and they're just these little hand icons. After that, I put these three variables in a list called game images. After that, I did a user choice as int.input. Input, what do you choose? Type 0 for rock, 1 for paper, or 2 for scissors. I print and I'm checking after that if the user choice is bigger than 3 or smaller than 0, and then I'll print you typed an invalid number and quit. Otherwise, I will keep on going with the player choose and then the computer choice, which is the random.randint from 0 to 2. So I'm picking a number from 0 to 2. Then I'm going to print computer chose, and then there will be the game image. So after that, there will be a bunch of if and elif and else statements. So I'm going to first check if it is bigger than 0 or smaller, bigger than 3 or smaller than 0 again. And then I'm going to check if the user is rock and the computer is scissors. I will check it vice versa as well. Then I will check if the computer choice is bigger than the user choice, and vice versa. After that, if it's a draw, and then else if it's a nothing, just print error. So what do you choose? Type 0 for rock, 1 for paper, and 2 for scissors. I'm going to type 0. So I chose rock, and the computer chose scissors, so I win. Let's try that one more time. I'm going to choose 2. Player chose scissors, computer chose scissors at the time. One last time, I'm going to choose 0 for rock. Okay. I chose rock, computer chose scissors, I win again. Let's try with 1. I lose this time. Last type I'm going to try is if it's smaller than 0, so I'm going to write -1. You typed an invalid number. This REPL has died unexpectedly because I made it quit. Okay, so now let's go to the next game that I created. This is my main game, the game that I spent most time working on. It's called Treasure Island, so let's get started. So first off, my inspiration is this book. It's called Treasure Island, and it's a game where basically you have to make a series of choices, and for each choice you have to flip to a certain page. Now, my code is just a little bit better because there's going to be a lot less page flipping, a lot less time wasted, and just a lot less confused people in general. So how it works, basically, the game is setting the user in a spot, and then the user's objective is to grab the treasure, return home safely throughout a series of decisions. There will be multiple occasions where the user will die, but it's okay because you can play again. Okay, so a brief overview of the game. We start off with the start. It displays a welcome and your mission. Then at each decision point, it'll give you your location and a decision to make. After that, behind the scenes, there will be 3 different types of outputs. The first output is if you chose the right option, the option that will make you survive, you go on to the next decision point. If you choose the other wrong option, then you die. Otherwise, just display you didn't choose a valid number. All the way until decision point 7, where it says inside the cave, you discover 3 different paths. In this case, it's the same thing. There's only one right answer. The other 2 that if you choose are wrong. And if you choose anything else, it'll display you missed your chance, game over. So after that, I think it's time to actually test the game out and break down our code. Okay, so like I said, it gives us a welcome and then our mission. After that, I printed out this cool treasure chest looking thing. After that, it says print, you're at a crossroad. Where do you want to go? Type left or right. It gives us our decision. and our location. So this is our location and this is our decision. And this is this decision point one. So we actually save that input that the user makes into a variable called choice one. Then we go into a nested if loop all the way down here. So I'm also going to show you guys why we need a dot lower. So I'm going to run the code and show you with running the code. Okay, so it says welcome to Treasure Island. Type left or right. I'm going to caps lock it and I'm going to type left. So after that, it gives me the right input because although I didn't type in left with lowercase, I did type in left and my spelling was correct. So it goes to you've come to a lake. And it gives me the right output because my code is correct. Now let's delete dot lower right here and let's rerun our code. So I'm going to type left in caps lock just one more time and let's see what it gives us. It says you didn't choose a valid option, game over. The problem is with this, if we don't do a dot lower, the problem is I did choose the correct option. It's just that I didn't put it in the correct format. And we don't want our users to get frustrated over that, so we put a dot lower. Now let's actually run the code one more time. We're at a crossroad. I'm going to go. I'm coming to a lake. I'm going to wait for about. I've been found by a cannibal tribe. I'm going to run. Go in. Enter, and then I'm going to return. So I encountered a tribe of friendly natives and they helped me find the treasure. So I win. Okay. So I think that is it for both my projects. Thank you guys for your time and for listening. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I am right here and I can answer any questions that you guys might have. So that is it, and thank you guys.
Hello, in this video I am going to show you my final project, which is a drawing project. I hope you like it. So here I start the program and it's loading. So I programmed it to ask me what background color I would like, and I chose green. What pen color? Light green. What turtle shape? Turtle. And what fill color I would like? Light green. Lastly, it asks me what pen size I would like, so I chose 3. And here I use my arrows to control the direction of the turtle and make it move left or right. Here in decoding, I had to be really careful because the direction of the turtle was not depending on the direction it was facing before, but instead I used a set heading, which made it always face to the top of the screen and then turn around. And here I used my polygon function, where it asks me what shape I would like and what the side length would be. Also, that pentagon is filled in because I pressed the start button and then I pressed the end button at the end of the polygon because it's the begin fill and end fill button. And there I drew a circle. There I pressed the D button, which means delete. And there I changed the pen color to blue. Sorry, this is a bit slow. So here I changed it into light blue. I changed the fill color into light blue. And here I'm going to draw a shape. Also, I forgot to mention this before, but I was using the 6 and 7 on my keyboard as pen up and pen down. So whenever the turtle moves around but doesn't draw anything, it's because I used pen up and pen down. Here I'm going to show you my code. The first of all parts of the code is me printing the instructions onto the console tab, and then I define my functions for all of the possible keys, and then I put the function into the on-key press code.
So this is my Aim Trainer project. So when you click on it, the turtle will automatically teleport to another spot, and when you miss it, you die.
Hello, so I'm Arvin and I'm basically showing this part of the code where if you type "Hey man" in the main screen, it just teleports you to this code where of course it's "Hey man" and you basically just guess a word using letters. So there's two scenarios, one where you win and one where you lose. So I'm first going to try to give you a scenario on where you win. So as you can see, it gives you a hint on the front of your, guess. So you can start it off. So I'm just gonna press G here, and you basically just keep guessing until you win. So in this case, it's apple, and when you guess it correctly, they basically tell you what the letter or word is, and it gives you a congratulations sign. So another scenario is basically just where you lose. So I'm going to try to make a scenario like that. So let's try D. And basically, if you run out of guesses, like I am right now, it just stops and you can try again if you want to. But the winning scenario is basically just some hints, and basically the hint is going to be some kind of fruit, and it's going to be imported random from the words, so even I can't know what the word is. This is my presentation of how Hey Man works. Thank you.
Thanks for listening.
Hi, my name is Catherine, and this is the game that me and my group made. It is a coloring game. Welcome to the coloring game. Click anywhere on the screen to move the turtle. Click the numbers on your keyboard for colors. 1 is red, 2 is orange, 3 is yellow, 4 is green, 5 is blue, 6 is purple, 7 is black, 8 is brown, 9 is pink, and 0 is the eraser. What size do you want your pen to be? You can click any number that you want depending on how big you want your pen to be. So I'll say 20. And what size do you want your eraser to be? I'll say 30. Start drawing. So you can click anywhere on the screen, but it won't show the colors unless if you click the numbers on your keyboard. So every single number represents a different color, as you've seen in the introduction, and you could start drawing. And if you don't like any part of your drawing, just click 0 and it will erase the parts that you don't like. and then you can continue drawing again. This is our coloring game.
Hello, so my name is Sophie and this is my project. So it's called a treasure hunting game, and basically if you click on one of these squares and it'll say if you found it or like it's not there. And your goal is to find 3 of the treasures. And since I didn't, because I got 3 not here, so it will say try again next time. So how that works is here's the function for the sad face, and I just call it when like my success count is under 3. But when my success count is equal or over 3, I will draw a smiley face instead. So here's the smiley face function. Okay, so probably the hardest part was just like writing the else ifs and doing the functions, because like it was like hard to write it and like know like how would this work. And for the words I used t.write, and I just did this and I used the fonts that I found from online. And this is like one of the most important parts, because like it shows like many like variables where like your click count and your success count. Because as you can see, I clicked 4 times right here before the game ended. So here it says you've reached the maximum number of clicks. Like if the click count is under or equals 4, then the game continues. If it is over 4, if it is equal or over 4, then the game will end. And that's my game.
So this is my Rubik's Cube that I made. So right now it behaves just like a regular Rubik's Cube. Yep, this is a perfectly normal Rubik's Cube. Yeah, it's totally normal. And basically, then this is how the code works. So, this is what each of the sides are. I mean, I guess you could delete this. So the back is yellow, the down is red, up is orange, left is green, etc. And this is the draw command, which draws this cube. It's a bit complicated because you need to draw rhombuses and squares alike. And it also prints these info squares, as I would call them, to help me debug. And these are the different commands that you can make, that you do. Yes. And there are 8 of them in total. And this pieces all of them together, and that's you do the thing. And let's just zoom in into one of these and see how it works. So first of all, we have the old ones, which are basically so that you know, like now the front is the old. When I go this up left ways, it's a W. So it tells that the old front, the new front is now the old down. So this is down, and now it's become the front. And now the front has also become, the old front has also become the up, as you can see here. And for these bits, those just say the corresponding old down to new front or and stuff. And this is counterclockwise, left, old, left. This means that those mean that the side squares need to get rotated. This bit is just some instructions and credits. And this is the command I use to draw the rhombuses, like for the 3D cube. And yeah, that's it. And lastly, I'll end it with a Rubik's Cube scramble party. Uh-oh. Oh, party's over, sorry. Oh, what just happened here? Let's see, it said, okay, it aborted. Okay, I haven't. Rebel process died unexpectedly. Okay, that's the end.
My project is about turtle animation. As you can see over here, I did 2 turtles. The red one is Racer 2 and the blue one is Racer 1. And it shows them, so the one that crosses the finish line is randomized, so you don't know which one will cross the finish line first. And you can see who wins is on the screen here, and I also printed it over here. So how this works is that I drew the race lanes, and I made each of the racers into a turtle, so you could also see here. And for this is I like randomized the different amount of distance between them, and this is basically, it goes on for a loop, but I put 2 breaks here so it will break. And over here I wrote the winner down here, and this shows who wins.
The name of our team is No Idea, and in our team is
Kayla?
Annie.
And Grace.
Our project has 3 different games: Mad Libs, Rock, Paper, Scissors, and Hot and Cold using a turtle.
The first game we coded was Mad Libs. You can play Mad Libs with as many people as you like. The player chooses a theme initially. Without being aware of the plot, the player or players will fill in various nouns, adjectives, and verbs. The application then fills in the story gaps using the words the players or players typed in. The narrative is then printed out for participants to enjoy and laugh at. Recall that the goal of the game is to enjoy yourself and have fun. We created several subjects, including placeholders for the words that the player will fill in. We also added several inputs to the code that the player will complete. To finish the story, we added variables. We created a function out of the story and variables after coding them. At the very end, we called it a function. And this is the highlights of the code we made.
Another game we coded is Rock, Paper, Scissors. This Rock, Paper, Scissors is just like the Rock, Paper, Scissors you know. Scissors beats paper, Rock wins against scissors, and paper defeats Rock. The computer will randomly select a move. Will you win against the computer? This is just a game of luck. We made it by researching about the random and time function, and then we gave the computer a random move. Then we used the time.sleep function and coded the input for the player's move. Then we coded if, elif, and else statements. Here are the highlights of the code.
The third game we coded is Hot and Cold using the turtle. There will be turtle hiding on the screen, and the player will try to find the turtle by clicking spots. The program will say very hot, hot, warm, cold, or cold. The more hotter you are to the colder, to the turtle, the more close you are. We made hot and cold using the random function for x and y. Then we made the turtle go to x and y, and then we used the distance formula to determine what range the turtle was from the click. We then made it into a function. We called the function, and then we used x.click function. Here's some highlights of the code. And here's the video.
The first game we coded is Mad Libs. Mad Libs is a game where it asks you to enter an adjective, noun, or verb. We coded 6 different Mad Libs for you to play. Each Mad Lib has a different story, like the trip, love story, and a visit to the doctors. They're all very, very funny. To play the game, you enter which game you want to play with a number. After you enter all of the nouns, adjectives, and verbs, the game will generate a story you choose. And with the nouns, adjectives, and verbs you entered, depending on the words you entered, the funnier the story will be. We created a distinct subject and provided placeholders for the words that the user will fill in, adding a large number of inputs into the code that the user will complete for the story. Finishing up with the story, we added the variables. After that, we created a function out of the narrative and variables once they were coded. Finally, we call the function at the end. And now Kayla is entering all the nouns, adjectives, and verbs and generating the story.
Another game we coded is rock, paper, scissors. As you can see, we first imported random from random and then used it to set a move for the computer. Then we asked the user to move what move they want by making the input function. After that, we imported time and used it to set up when the rock, paper, scissors, shoot was going to print out. After that, we used elif and else statements to print out different messages. For example, if I do rock and the program did scissors, then it will print that I won. And if the program does rock too, then it prints as a tie. And if I do rock and the program does paper, it will say that I've lost. So, I'll first ask you if you want to play rock, paper, scissors. And it says that paper covers rock, so I've lost.
Hot or Cold is a game where the turtle hides somewhere and the user tries to find it by clicking. When the user clicks, the program gives the distance on how hot or cold you are from the turtle. Hot meaning close and cold meaning far. In this program, you can see we imported random, used it to select the x coordinate and y coordinate. Then we used the goTo function and pen up to make the turtle go to those coordinates. We also set a screen size so it's fixed. We adjusted the measurements of the screen to how much the distance would be for the different messages. And then, when the distance d equals or was really close to the turtle, we would put a win message showing the turtle and making the background a different color so the turtle could pop out. And here I will just be, oh, I already won. Well, that's the win message, and that's our code. That's our video, and that's our project. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.